Coming up next on Trojan News.
Charlie Brown comes to GHS stage and the community supports A Night to Shine.
These stories and more coming up next on Trojan News.
And now, from Studio 100 at Greenville High School, this is Trojan News.
Hello and welcome to Trojan News for Monday, February 27th. I'm Lily.
And I'm Melody.
GHS actors and actresses have been hard at work preparing for this year's musical, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. The musical will be held in the GHS Auditorium March 2nd through the 5th. Trojan News' own Hannah McKinney is performing in the musical and gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the show.
Good grief! Musical season has finally arrived, and this year, GHS is presenting You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. This musical takes place on the average day of Charlie Brown's life. Max Hildebrand, playing Charlie Brown, tells us about his experience as the lead role in this year's musical.
I've done a lot of shows before, and every time I've done them, I've had either supporting roles or smaller lead roles, but to finally have the big lead in a show is fantastic, and it's a great experience for me, and I'm so happy to be able to bring this character out.
Misty Arment, music director, explains why she loves working with students in the theater department.
I love being able to work with the students because they just bring these characters to life and they're so much fun, and just the fact that they are enjoying themselves so much, that just translates into everything that we do as directors, and it's a blast. We love getting to see the growth of the character, but as well as the students' ability to be on stage and to figure things out and how to be a person on stage, and it's fun to see that growth throughout the rehearsal process.
Juliana Hartzell has done theater for many years. She shared with us what it means to her.
Medium for you to just express yourself and do whatever you want. Like, you could just go out there, you could be a detective, you could be a little kid, you could be a priest. It's like you could do whatever, and you can change your voice, just express yourself. You don't have to hide anything.
Mr. Danch says his part in making the musical come to life is helping the students memorize lines. He also organizes the pitch.
Well, my part in the musical is working with the students on their lines, of course, the auditions. Yesterday I drove a trailer to Sharpsville to pick up a bunch of props for the stage, and then putting the pit ensemble together, which will ultimately be playing the music for the musical.
I don't know about you, but I'll be at the musical. Tickets are $10 for adults and $8 for students and senior citizens. Hope to see you there.
There were a few extra people floating around the GHS gym on Friday, February 10th, as preparations were being made for the return of Night to Shine. Night to Shine is a complimentary event for people with special needs, hosted by local churches around the world. The event is open to anyone living with disabilities ages 14 and older. Bethel Life Worship Center sponsored the event hosted at GHS. From the greeters at the front door to the hallway lined with students and community members, clapping and cheering for each other, prom goer, to those handing out crowns, to the men and women of honor who were ready to take in a tasty buffet and dance the night away. The event was a true example of community coming together.
Raising kids can be exhausting, never mind raising a teenager and a toddler at the same time. Hunter Grant found out in this week's Spotlight that Mrs. Thomas is doing exactly that.
First question, what is your family like?
I have a wonderful family. I have a husband and 2 kids, a 14-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter, and a teenager and a toddler at the same time. They keep me pretty busy.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like to do with your free time? Hobbies or anything?
I like to grade research papers. I'm kidding, that's not true.
I was hoping not.
I don't like that. What do I like to do in my free time? I like to read. I like to cook, spend time with friends and family, and travel when I can.
Okay. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a dog named Toby. He's 7.5. He's awesome. He's kind of like a member of our family. And yeah, he's great.
Okay.
Puppy.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I might be a little bit embarrassed to say this. It's a romance movie called Love Actually from the early 2000s. It's like a British romance flick. I know, stereotypical. Yeah, Love Actually.
Sounds like something my mom would watch. What's your favorite book? Because you're an English teacher. I know you get that question a lot.
That's a hard one to answer as an English teacher. We read a lot.
Better not be Shakespeare.
I'm not going to say Shakespeare. My favorite book. I have two. My favorite book to teach and my favorite book to read for myself. My favorite book to teach is a book called Night by Elie Wiesel. We're going to do it our junior year, your junior year this year. And my favorite book to read probably ever, that's hard to do, but I'd say it's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou.
Okay. You've been great, and I'm Hunter Grant reporting for Trojan News.
Several months ago, junior high teachers instituted a program to reward and encourage good behavior in 7th and 8th grade. The first reward was attendance at a junior high girls basketball game held during the school day back in December. The last reward was attendance at a junior high boy basketball game held during the school day. The 7th and 8th grade teams tipped off against Franklin with pep band played, the choir performed the anthem, and fans enjoyed several small games and giveaways.
Greenville School Board approved the retirement of 3 educators Tuesday, representing nearly 75 total years of service to the district. Those retirements included high school math teacher Mr. Herrick, who has been with the district 36 years, 3rd grade teacher Mrs. Bessick, who has been with the district for 25 years, and special educator director Mrs. Timoshenko, who joined the district in 2011. We wish the best to all 3 in their upcoming retirement.
The calendar will flip over to March this week, and if you haven't already, soon you'll probably be dreaming of vacation destinations. We asked GHS where they would like to go if they could visit anywhere in the world. Here's what they said.
Oh, that's a good question. There's a lot of places I like to go. I like the beach, I like the woods, I like the mountains, I like where it's hot. But I think more importantly, it's who I'm with while I'm there. I think that's what makes it good. So I think I could go anywhere with the right people.
I would go to Hawaii because the coconuts there are really good, and I like the sunsets and the beaches because the water is a nice clear blue.
I would want to go to the tundra to see all the northern lights.
I would probably go to Romania so I could see the top G, Andrew Tate, and hang out with him for a day and ride around in his Bugatti.
I would probably go to Italy because I always wanted to see the Tower of Pisa, and I like the pasta and the culture there.
I'd go to Pittsburgh because there's a real nice chicken place down there, and it's like the best chicken I've ever had.
I would have to say on the outskirts of Nashville in Tennessee because there's a nice lake out there, and it seems very peaceful from when I went there.
Where would you go if you could travel the world?
I'd probably go to Hawaii because of all the beaches.
That sounds really nice. I would probably go to Italy and travel Rome.
Yeah, I heard it's peaceful there.
Looking for a summer job? The maintenance department has positions available for juniors and seniors. To see job details and apply, visit the school district website and click on Employment Opportunities. The job pays $10.50 per hour. The deadline to apply is March 24th.
The EPA orders New Norfolk Southern to clean up the spill in East Palestine, Ohio. Kaden Nugent has these stories and more in this week's World Watch.
On Tuesday, President Biden delivered a world-ranging speech in Warsaw, beginning with the declaration of support in Ukraine. He used the speech to accuse Russia of crimes against humanity, such as targeting civilians with death, using rape as a weapon of war, stealing Ukrainian children, and targeting train stations, maternity wards, hospitals, schools, and orphanages. No one can turn away their eyes from the atrocities Russia is committing against the Ukrainian people. It is apparent, Biden said.
Pop singer Melanie Martinez teased the release of her 3rd studio album, which is rumored to be titled Portals for later this year. Media accounts have been teasing fans with cryptic messages and images, hitting their album themes and overall design. She recently released a video teaser that features a tune that reads "R.I.P. Crybaby." Crybaby being the main character in her previous 2 albums.
The Emergency Protection Agency announced its legally binding over Tuesday, 18 days after a Norfolk Southern freight train carrying hazardous chemicals in Ohio. The disaster ignited a fire that lasted a fight and shot back black smoke into the air.
Papua New Guinea local researcher and Australian professor taken hostage. The group was on a study trip in remote Highland before being taken hostage by gunpoint. They now have a demanded ransom for their release. James Mareb, the Prime Minister, tells those who are worried that we want those criminals to release. Those who are here in captivity, there is no place to run, there's no place to hide.
Information regarding the Greenville Education Association scholarship is now in the guidance office. The GEA has established a scholarship fund for the purpose of helping graduating seniors of GHS who wish to further their education. The scholarship will be granted to deserving seniors for any educational advancement for a 4-year or 2-year accredited college, university, or any acceptable education program at a technical or trade school. See Ms. Gailey in the guidance office for more information. Submissions are due by April 4th to Ms. Gailey.
That's all for this week's episode of Trojan News.
Be sure to follow our YouTube channel for the latest in school news, sports, and local weather.
For Trojan News, I'm Lily.
And I'm Melody. Have a great day.